and welcome to the Roy Rogers Riders Club.
Thrill again to the thundering hooves and cattle stampedes, barroom brawls, and shootouts of classic Western features and TV shows. Annie Oakley, Roy Rogers, Gene Autry, John Wayne, and all their cowboy pals and sidekicks roam the West once more. Heroes never die on ComedyMX Channels. They just ride off into the sunset.
Annie Oakley hits the entertainment bullseye every week with her hard riding. Straight shooting. And suspense.
Climb out of there. Throw that express bag down.
I can't. I'm hit bad.
That's Annie Oakley. Now we'll see what the passengers have got to contribute.
Those dirty killers. Never thought Annie Oakley would turn bad. She's the niece of the sheriff of Diablo. Well, that don't make this bullet hurt any less. I reckon a lawman's kid could go bad just like the rest of them.
How'd you like that shooting? Let me see you hit one of those pigeons, Annie.
Well, Tagg, I'm surprised at you. You ought to know better than to ask me to do a thing like that.
You see, Billy? He wouldn't believe me when I said you wouldn't kill anything unless you were starving to death.
Well, what Tagg means is that you never shoot at birds or animals unless you're hungry and need food.
And you've never killed any people either, have you, Annie?
Well, that's the most important thing to learn about a gun, Tagg. You never shoot except in self-defense. And even then, you don't aim to kill.
Annie, I gotta see you right away.
What's the trouble, Lofty?
Come inside. Take a look at this.
Wanted, dead or alive, Annie Oakley. What kind of a joke is this?
Read it and see.
$1,000 reward will be paid for the capture, dead or alive, of Annie Oakley and male accomplice who held up the Smoky River stage. Robbing it of Wells' Fargo bag, looting the passengers, wounding the driver, and killing an unarmed passenger in cold blood. Notify Clem McDaniels, Sheriff, Smoky River. Clem McDaniels is an old friend of my uncle's.
He's no friend of yours. Dead or alive, it says.
Where'd you get this, Lofty?
I was delivering those legal notices over to Cottonwood Junction. Those things are plastered in every tree in Smoky River County.
And he's never been near Smoky River. How could you hold up any stage?
Well, they've evidently gotten me mixed up with somebody else, Tagg, but what puzzles me is why did Sheriff McDaniel send out these reward notices without first trying to get in touch with me?
You know?
I haven't seen him since I was knee-high to a pumpkin seed, but when I was a kid, he used to bounce me on his knee.
I'd like to bounce him off mine. I'll get over there and straighten him out.
Oh, no, Lofty, you can't leave Diablo. At least not until Uncle Luke gets back from the court at the county seat.
Well, there's nothing to stop me.
Slow down, Tagg. You can't make that long trip all by yourself. No, there's only one person that can clear this up, and that's me. Oh, Tagg, fill up the water canteen for me, will you, and bring my bedroll outside?
All right, Annie.
Annie, I don't think you better go. If these things spread all over, somebody's going to take a pot shot at you.
Ah, I've been pot shot at before.
Yeah, but $1,000 can improve their aim.
Don't worry about it, Lofty. I'll just have to count on seeing them first. Besides, I don't cotton to the idea of somebody parading around ruining my good name. I'm the only one that's got a right to do that.
Can I go with Candy? It won't take me but a minute to get ready. Can I please, Annie?
Thanks, Tagg. But Lofty needs you here to take care of things in Diablo.
Sure do.
Oh, Wizzy Cat.
So long.
Hey, you heard what Annie said.
Hey, it's her. It's Annie Oakley.
We're taking you in dead or alive.
But you've got the wrong girl. I'm Annie Oakley.
We know that. You're the one we want.
No, you don't. That's just somebody that's pretending to be me, and I've come here to prove it. Well, can't you hear me? I've come here from Diablo to prove I'm innocent.
You're a liar and a killer.
Take me to the sheriff of Smoky River, and he'll clear everything.
All right, we'll take it to him. Will you come out with your hands up?
Yes.
Throw down your rifle. Now your pistol.
All right, come down now with your hands up. Search her. She might have a knife on her. You can't tell about this gal. All right, that's enough.
If you'll just take me to Sheriff McDaniel, he'll straighten this whole thing out.
All right. We'll take it, John. Get her horse. Come on. We found him dead on the trail after he went hunting for you.
Not me, I tell you. He was a friend of mine, and he'd tell you so himself if he was alive.
Well, seeing as how he ain't, I guess we'll just have to draw our own conclusions.
So, as acting sheriff, I'm placing you under arrest. All right, boys, lock her up.
Oh, no, wait a minute. You send word to Diablo to the deputy sheriff, Lofty Craig. He'll set you straight about me.
No, sirree. I may be a little green to the sheriff in business, but I ain't falling for an old trick like that. If I send word to Diablo, your outlaw friends might find out and try to spring you out of jail.
But they won't do it.
Get in there. What's the rope for?
That gun-crazy prisoner you got in
Now,
there.
wait a minute, man. Let's do this legal. Let's not have any lynching.
Because she's a woman, the judge might not hang her. We're here to see that justice is done.
Well, let's give her a fair trial, then.
What kind of a fair trial did she give the sheriff before she murdered him? And what about the Stagecoach robbery? What chance did she give them?
We're not going to have a necktie party. Now, get out.
Nobody elected you, Sheriff. You've got no right to order us around.
I'm acting sheriff, and as long as I am, you'll do as I say. Give me that rope and get out of here.
Thanks, Sheriff. I'm glad to see somebody still has some respect for law and order around here.
Now, don't get the wrong idea. I'm just as anxious to see you hang as they are. The stagecoach driver you shot down is my best friend. And for your sake, I hope he doesn't die.
Annie come back?
That's what I was going to ask you. You're worried too, aren't you, Lofty?
Me? Now, Annie can take care of herself.
Then what are you reading that paper upside down for?
Oh, you're right, Tagg. She should have been back a long time ago. When your Uncle Luke returns, I'm going to go look for her.
That may be too late. I'm going right now. It isn't so far.
Forget it, Tagg. That's too dangerous a trip for a young boy to take.
You don't have to treat me like I was a 2-year-old.
And stop acting like one. Go in and start your homework.
All right, Lofty. See what they're up to.
What's the big hurry?
Maybe you'd rather have them howling for your scalp instead of Annie Oakley.
They won't. She walked in just in time to stick her head in a noose.
Well, let's leave it there and travel.
Third murder victim dies. Jake Slocum, stage driver, died today of gunshot wounds inflicted by Annie Oakley during the robbery of the Smoky River stage. I tell you, Johnson, female or not, she's still a murderer, and it's time we did something about it.
Well, I'm not stopping you any longer.
All right, men, we'll form our own vigilante committee and do our duty.
All right, get the key. Hurry up.
If you know any prayers, you better get them said quick.
You're a mighty brave bunch, aren't you? Only 5 men against an unarmed woman.
Not a woman, a murderer.
Well, you'll be worse than murderers. Lynching is a crime against all law.
We're here to see that justice is done.
Justice doesn't hide behind masks. Why don't you give me a fair trial so I can prove my innocence?
We have enough proof to suit us.
It won't be the first time a woman murderer has been hung.
Lofty!
Let her go. That's Annie Oakley.
Yes, and she's a cold-blooded killer.
She's no more a killer than I am. I'm Lofty Craig, Deputy Sheriff of Diablo.
That doesn't give you any authority in Smoky River.
Where's Sheriff McDaniels?
Dead. And she shot him.
Oh, they're lynch crazy, Lofty. They wouldn't even give me a chance to prove my innocence.
I let her go. We'll let the law handle this.
I don't want to hurt anybody, so keep your hands away from your guns and stand aside.
Watch out, Annie!
You claim to be innocent.
I am innocent, but I can't prove it dangling from the end of a rope.
Off to find you.
I haven't seen him. We're going to shake those vigilantes and look for him.
Like you've been taken. Let's go back.
Over here, Lofty. The tracks seem to be leading toward the canyon. The hoof prints end here.
How about that cabin over there, Annie?
Tagg, are you in there?
Annie!
Shut up.
Got company.
I'll keep him busy while you circle around.
Right.
shut or I'll close it for good.
Same goes for you, mister. Drop those guns and get your hands up. All right, Annie.
Gosh, Annie, am I glad to see you. I thought they hung you by this time.
No thanks to them, I wasn't. I'm mighty flattered, Miss whatever your name is. I didn't know I was so famous.
All right, you two. Outside.
All right, drop that gun. This time, Annie Oakley, you won't get away.
Sorry to hear that, gentlemen. This ought to prove what I've been telling you. Here's a woman that's been acting as me in those holdups.
That's a lie. I'm Annie Oakley. She's just trying to throw you off.
That's the real Annie Oakley. As Deputy Sheriff of Diablo, I'm ready to swear that she was nowhere near Smoky River at the time of those killings.
Don't listen to him. He's her outlaw accomplice. This is the real Annie, and I can prove it.
She is not. I ought to know my own sister.
That's all right, Tagg. Annie Oakley has quite a reputation for being able to handle a gun. If she's who she claims she is, let her prove it to us by showing us just how good she can shoot.
All right. You go first.
Tagg, pick up a couple of pieces of shale and toss them up in the air.
All right. Now you're going to see some real sharp shooting. All ready, bub.
All right, then. Let's see you try this. The idea is to draw and fire before this coin can hit the ground. It looks simple, but it's really the hardest trick of all.
Zowie! A hole plot through the middle.
That's just what you'll all get if you make a move. Now drop your gun.
Leave her to me.
Leave the rope on her. We ain't through with it just yet.
You don't mean you're gonna hang her?
Why not? This time there's no mistake.
No, there isn't. We're out of Smoky River territory now, and Lofty's authority holds good here. So turn her loose. We're holding these two for trial with the district judge, and if y'all don't hightail it out of here, we might hold you too.
How'd you know this was outside of Smoky River territory, Annie?
I didn't. Well, by the time they find out I was wrong, we'll have these two safely tucked in jail.
Holy sassafras! You're only kidding.
Listen, the less you say, the better, young man. You still have to answer to me for running away from Diablo.
But Annie, I saved your life. Didn't I track down these desperados and trick them into catching me and holding me prisoner till you and Lofty got here?
Well, I hadn't thought of it like that, Tagg. Much obliged for saving my life.
No trouble at all, sis. Call on me any time.
entertainment bullseye every week with her hard riding, straight shooting, and suspense.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Say, excuse me, but I never saw a war club like that before.
It ain't a war club. It's a rabbit stick.
A rabbit stick?
Yeah. Us Hopi Indians use it to hunt rabbits.
Gosh, if you're a Hopi, you're awful far from home, aren't you?
Well, I'm only half Hopi. My pa was as white as you. And I ain't got no home. Neither with the Indians, nor with your folks.
Gosh, I'm awful sorry, mister.
Nobody ever calls me mister. I'm just Hopi Bill. Come down here, kid. I'll show you how we use this. You see that yucca tree? Now, if that was a rabbit...
Gosh, you sure can throw that.
Saves bullets if you want rabbit stew for supper.
Stay here, Pixie.
And if you miss, it comes right back to you.
Ah, now.
Watch, but get ready to duck.
Say, it's coming back, all right. Gee, that's a boomerang, like they have in Australia.
I don't know about Australia. Well, I better be wrestling me some grub.
And I better be getting home. So long.
So long.
Gotta get him a little breather. We won't have to baby him so much when we get the new team to spell him.
Yeah, you look tired, Mr. Leeds. Why don't you sit inside? I'll drive.
Oh, thanks, Desert Fox. I feel all right. Say, how come you never call me Pop Leeds like all the others do?
Some white men would think I don't know my place as an Indian.
Well, I'm not some white man. You know, you've been like a son to me for a long time. Stuck by me when I could hardly pay wages. I think if anybody got a right to call me Pop, it's you.
Okay, if you say so, Pop.
Well, I do. I think they're arrested. What do you say? Let's go. All right, get up.
Here she comes. Drop that gun, Injun. Reach, mister. Move over there. Throw down that mail pouch. We'll split up and meet at the shack.
lead stage. In trouble. Yeah.
I'm okay, Lofty. But Pop.
Come on.
Help you.
It's a holdup, Annie.
Pop. Is that Desert Fox?
Yes.
I'm not gonna make it. I want.
What is it you want, Pop?
I'm willing my stage line to Desert Fox. Franchise and all.
But Pop.
That's my will.
Moccasin.
If you're lying to me...
Happened just like I told you, boss. Some Injun must have stole it. The mail's all there.
Well, that better be. That letter I'm looking for ain't here. Now, this saves your neck, Brick.
The Army's going to open a new cavalry post at Purple Butte.
It says so, don't it?
Yeah.
And with all the traveling and hauling, that broken-down stage line will be worth a fortune. And nobody knows about it but us.
You going to try for the franchise?
Try. I'm going to get it.
How'd you know about this in advance?
It's part of my business to know stuff other people don't.
And that's what Pop wanted. That's the reason Lofty and I called this little meeting, so y'all would know what it was all about.
But I warn you, if an Indian operates the stage, it's going to ruin what little business there was at Purple Butte.
As a business broker, I've got to agree with Banker Sykes.
Oh, Desert Fox is incompetent. He rides gun guard with Pop. Pop gets killed, and we lose the mail pouch.
That could happen to anybody. But regardless of what you think, Desert Fox owns the line, and there isn't much you can do about it.
Well, now, there's one thing I can do. The bank was going to extend credit to Pop for that spare team he needed. Well, that credit is canceled as of now.
Isn't the stage franchise coming up for renewal in a couple of days?
Yes, it is. And I'll back anybody that wants to try for it.
Well, for the good of the town, I'll see what I can do.
We'll find something.
Annie, maybe I shouldn't even try to qualify for the new franchise again.
You've got to, Desert Fox. It's your one chance to do something big for your people. To prove that an Indian can do a job as well as a white man.
That's right.
I know, but with no money and nobody to help me.
Hoopy Bill.
Howdy, son.
Gosh, what are you doing in town?
Just passing by.
Gosh. Come on inside. I want you to meet my sister.
All right.
Annie? This is Hoopy Bill, the one I was telling you about.
I was listening outside. Sounds like there might be a job for a fellow, especially if he's half Indian.
There might be.
It's certainly worth talking about.
Quiero hablar contigo, pero solo.
Sí, como no. Sure. You can talk to Desert Fox alone. Everything's up to him. Come on, Tagg.
We'll stand by to help you all we can.
Thank you, Lofty. Thank you, Annie.
I always been a loner, figuring I don't belong on either side. But from what's happening here, I feel different.
Different? How?
I see an Indian get a chance like I never heard of before. So now, I want to track with the Indian side of me.
I can't even pay wages right now.
I don't want pay.
I can't even qualify for the new franchise without a spare team.
I got some money. Living the way I do, I don't spend much. How much do you need?
$400, but I couldn't guarantee to pay it back.
I won't miss it. All I want is to see an Indian make good on a chance like this.
Bill, I'll take you up at that. I'll make you a partner.
I don't need that.
Well, as long as we live, you're my brother, Hoopy.
And you are my brother.
There's no time to lose, though. Miller might try to get the horses Pop had a deal for. They're the best around here.
Where are they?
The Triangle Dot Ranch out north of town. Look, I'll go to the bank, buy a draft so we won't lose any cash if anything goes wrong. Meanwhile, you hightail it out to the ranch.
It worked out even easier than I thought it would.
Somebody's coming.
That's the banker. Act natural, you got nothing to worry about. I'm glad you came, Sykes. Meet Brick Mason and Roscoe Barnes. They're the fellas that are going to run the stage line for me.
Now, before getting into it any further, Miller, you ought to know that the Indian's going to fight for the franchise. He's raised money for fresh horses.
From home.
Some other Indian on his way to get them right now.
Yeah? Well, we might stop that.
How?
There's ways.
But you understand I'm opposed to violence.
Well, I'm opposed to it, too, but we got to think of the good of the whole town.
Well, of course. That's the whole point.
Let's rouse up some of the folks in town and head for the Triangle Dot.
You hear anything unusual, Lofty?
What's there to hear? Town's as quiet as a grave.
That's what I mean by unusual.
What is a bunch of men riding out to the North Road?
The North Road?
Yeah, Miller and some others.
No reason I can think of.
Lofty, Miller might be trying to keep Desert Fox from getting those horses.
Let's find out.
Tagg, you stay here.
Oh, gosh.
It looks like horse thieves to me. Maybe we better mask up.
Well, I don't want to look like no outlaw.
You don't want to be recognized, do you?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Let's go.
Take off those masks.
Gee, Annie, we was after horse thieves.
I know what you were after, and you ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Now go on and round up those horses.
We're gonna teach you this town ain't no place for horse thieves.
You ain't working for the town. You robbed the mail pouch.
Mail pouch. Moccasins. You must be the guy with this stick. Okay, let's get the horses. We got someplace to go. Get a move on.
Come on, Desert Fox. Let's go back and see what this is all about.
All right. These men decided to take the law into their own hands, Annie.
And nobody likes horse thieves.
Where'd you get the idea the horses were stolen?
Word spread around town. You know how rumors start.
Desert Fox paid for those horses. Let's get them back to town.
Thanks, Annie. See anything of Hopi Bill?
No. Let's go back and see if we can find him.
Penny, you're going to have to stop associating with these thieving Indians. Lofty, I'm charging that man with highway robbery.
What robbery?
Well, this telegram came from the bank at Purple Butte. They were transferring $2,000 to my bank, and the money the Indian had was stolen from the mail pouch.
How do you know?
Why, the bank has the serial numbers listed right there on the wire. And these 4 bills that Desert Fox gave me are part of the series.
But Pop and I were robbed by 3 white men.
Oh, that's a cock and bull story. The Indians framed it up.
Well, I don't know the answer, Desert Fox, but Hopi Bill didn't come back to town last night, and that is stolen money.
Well, I'm not leaving here until I see him locked up.
The way things stand, Desert Fox, we don't have any choice.
But Hopi Bill could clear this up if we could find him.
We could check the road where Tagg first met him. He may have a camp around there somewhere.
Yes, but there's no sense in starting now. It'll be dark before long. But the first thing in the morning...
Well, we as good as got the franchise, Brick. I've got my stage and horses lined up.
Good. We got something here you ought to check into, too. Pete, bring him in.
Hopi Bill.
Yeah, it was him who clubbed me with this and slipped the mail pouch.
Well, then he's still got the best part of $2,000.
How come you're so sure of getting the lion and me having that money, Miller?
Your pal, Desert Fox, is in jail for passing stolen bills you gave him, that's why.
He had nothing to do with stealing it.
Now, what's the difference? He's in jail. Now, where's the rest?
I got it hid. Let me have a drink of water, and maybe we can talk a deal.
What's your idea of a deal?
I'm ready to take the blame. Go down and give myself up. But I won't tell you where the money is until Desert Fox is out of jail.
No deal. And you ain't getting out of here till you talk. Throw him back in there. If he don't get thirsty enough to talk tonight, give him water tomorrow morning on these straps. Soak 'em real good.
I got you.
You two, come on now.
You make anything of these tracks, Annie?
No, but they're fresh.
Yeah?
Let's split up and see which way these trails go.
Are you ready to talk, Injun? I've been staked out in the sun tied with wet leather before. Yeah. Well, tell me about it. How does it feel when the sun shrinks the leather and it slowly cuts into your muscles, huh? It hurts. But not enough to make me talk. Oh, we'll see. Come on. Annie, I know what happened. The money was stolen, but Desert Fox didn't know it. He don't deserve to lose a line on account of what I did.
Where'd you get the money?
These fellows stole it, Miller's men. I took it off them.
Did you hear that, Lofty?
Enough of it.
You get the whole story and I'll ride down, see if I can save the franchise for Desert Fox.
Certainly lucky we found out about those Indians in time. But, you better get started, Miller.
Oh, there's no hurry. All I have to do is make the run and we got the franchise.
help me hook up Desert Fox's stage in a hurry. I'll tell you about it while we harness.
All right.
Behind us. Annie Oakley with the other stage. Well, get going. I don't know what's up, but we gotta make it first. There, go there.
Bill, I'm going to trust you. Trust me? Deliver yourself and Miss Ranahan at the jail.
I'll be plumb happy to go to jail as long as you get this bunch.
You're in charge.
Yeah.
Come on, boy. Let's go.
You think you won the franchise for that thieving Indian?
No, she won it from a thieving white man. You're under arrest.
What?
I got a confession and the whole story from Hoopy Bill.
You dirty...
Hold it. You're just in time, Sheriff. We've got a couple of customers for you.
But why did Miller go through all that trouble?
Found this letter in his pocket.
An army post at Purple Butte.
Well, that explains everything. Boy, I want you to accept my apology. I acted on a blind prejudice that I'm ashamed of.
It's all right, Mr. Sykes. I just want this chance to prove what I can do with the help of my partner.
A fine partner, doing time in prison.
But you won't be gone for long, will he, Annie?
No, of course not, Tagg. You know, I don't think Mr. Sykes is the only one that's learned a lesson.
Yes, sirree. I figured stealing money from an outlaw wasn't stealing. But, well, looks like stealing is stealing.
And when you do come back, I bet I can throw this rabbit stick just as well as you. I've been practicing. See that tree across the street? Gosh, guess I missed.
Look out!
Marsh, these things are dangerous.